It's Spicita. Happy New Year. I have been quiet. Now, I did not catch that flu bug from the kids, but I feel like I almost caught it. So I've been recovering and getting ready for this new year. If you are catching this, let me know. Say hi in the chat, put a one, and then let me know where you streaming from. Where are you catching me from? Put an F if you're coming from Facebook. Put an L if you're coming from LinkedIn, or Y if you're catching me on YouTube. I know it's late tonight. I normally come on much earlier, but I was kicking off this first Sunday with a brunch of one of my really good friends. And hey, I said, I cannot let the day go by. I cannot climb in my bed, which I was about to derobe and relax and step into my day. But tomorrow is the very first Monday of the year. And today is Sunday. And it is the first full week of the new year that's coming up. And I wanted you guys to get this tip. 2024 is gone, but it's not over. It is not over. It is not over for those of us who have made money, those of us who have lost money, those of us who need to talk about our money, right? If you made money, lost money, no matter what happened with your money, it is time right now to take a look back on your money. It is a money look back time. So, what I'm doing is I want to give you guys a few tips to avoid the surprise. Because what happens is the year is now over, and now you're asked to say, how much money did you make? And did you pay enough taxes based on your tax rate on the money that you made? All right. It is math. It is simple math. I want to make sure that you guys are aware and make sure that that math is mathing for you. I want you to grab your W-2 if you are employed, if you work for someone. I just had my husband do this because I was like, let's look at your last paycheck stub that you just got. And that last paycheck stub is going to tell you a few things. And I'm going to break that down for you right now. And I have some slides that I can show you, but I'm not going to pull out any slides today. Maybe if I come back later, I'll explain this later. But pull out your pay stub. On your pay stub, there's a YTD. That stands for year-to-date section. Look at that year-to-date section, and on that section is going to tell you how much you've totaled, how much total you made for the year, even if you didn't bring it all home. And then it breaks down how much of it you didn't bring home and where did it go. There is two numbers of where did it go that I want you to pay attention to right now, for now. That is FIT, which stands for federal income tax, and SIT, which stands for state income tax. Look at those numbers. If you live in Florida, Tennessee, Texas, you're not going to have state income taxes. You're lucky, right? But if you live in any other state, most other states, you have state income tax. I want you to write that number down. Write down total amount you made. I want you to also write down total that you paid in federal income taxes and state income taxes. Then I want you to go to your taxes from last year and I want you to do some simple math for me. There's a number on there called taxable income. I want you to take that number that's called taxable income, and then I want you to scroll down a little further on your tax return, and I want you to look for the number that says tax liability, not tax refund, but tax liability. Tax liability is the amount of money that you owed and paid last year in taxes. Now, what ends up at the bottom of the return, which is what most of us focus on, right? We focus on whether that's a refund or whether that is a balance due. That is not your tax number. A refund means that you overpaid, and a balance due means you underpaid. I want you to focus on what that tax liability number is, right? I want you to take the tax liability number and put that in your numerator. And I want you to take was that number that was denoted as taxable income, put that in your denominator and do the math. It's going to give you probably about 20% or whatever percentage it gives you. 12%, 20%, 15%, 16%. That is your effective tax rate, right? I want you to take that effective tax rate and multiply it by your last pay stub for me, just for fun, and tell me and determine, you can inbox me later, but determine if your effective tax rate was is enough, right? I want you, and that's not all the math. So if you multiply the number and that number, let's say it's $100,000 for you, and your effective tax rate is 16%, we know that 100,000 times 16% is $16,000. Hopefully, when you look at your pay stub, if you've paid more than 16,000, you are in a safe zone. You are getting a refund. If the number that you come up with is that's on your pay stub for federal income taxes withheld, if it's less than the number that you calculated, then you could potentially be looking at owing extra money because you underpaid in taxes. But that is not the end of the story. So I'm going to be doing a challenge. And I've already done one before. I'm going to do it again. But just to teach you guys how to properly math that number. The math isn't as straightforward as I um, showed you, because we have the income that you earned on your W 2 minus your tax deductions, minus your standard deductions, minus your business deductions or your personal deductions or tax credits that you could have applied for. And we are going to talk about that, but I want you to make sure that you avoid any surprises. Register with me for my next Pocket More Profit Boot Camp, which is coming up the last Sunday and Monday of this month. I'll be working with you guys. The tax season is likely going to be open then. If I can, I'll try to move that date up. But right now, I have it scheduled for the last Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. I'll be going live so that you guys can, get the information you need to know at the top of tax season. But I think the time to prepare is right now. I'm trying to figure out some ways that I could do some webinars to come out and just kind of show up for you guys, because money, we need it we need it, right? But I also want you guys to take control of your money. Take control of how your money is spent and take control of your largest expenses, right? Taxes is one of the largest expenses that we have in life. And it's not just income taxes, we got property taxes, right? We have sales taxes that we pay if we're in businesses. We have franchise taxes, we have intangible taxes, we have capital gains taxes, we have all kinds of different taxes. Right now, this is the time of year where we're focused on income taxes, but we also should be focused on our property taxes. Property tax bills are due. I know I just got a property tax bill last week for one of my properties. And, you know, make sure you look at how much taxes you paid on your property and everything else. But I am here. I want you guys to know that if you, and I'm looking at my, so I talked about tax surprises. I'm looking at my notes so that I don't get too far off. If you want to work with us, you can go to my website, xfinancialcpa.com. We are taking new clients. I love it when people come in to work with us and start with a consultation. I do have a few paid consultation slots open for this month. Unfortunately, I don't yet have the any discovery calls, but I'll open those up later in the week. So check back on Wednesday or whatever if you want to do a discovery call. If you know for sure you want to work with us, I do love to start with a consultation. It is you can go to my link tree to find that link for my consultations, and let's get started. I have some plans for our advisory plan that I could tell you guys more about. You can go to my link tree. All of the links will be there by Wednesday of this week, because I am going to be meeting with people and helping my clients, those of you who choose to be, and my already existing clients. We're gonna have a great year, guys. And so I wanted to tell you how to work with us. If you want to get your taxes done, if you need to get your accounting caught up, the best way to start working with us, we have a Let's Get Started button on our website, which is xfinancialcpa.com. You can get there via the link tree. But here's the website, xfinancialcpa.com. Why work with us? We are an advisory centered accounting firm where I work with decision makers. So if you're a decision maker in your family, if you're a decision maker in your business, if you are a decision maker in your partnership, whatever is going on, if you have financial decisions that need to be made, you should be working with an advisory accountant, not a bookkeeper, not a finance coach, not just anybody. And I actually wrote a whole post about this last week, but I do not. I've written two posts to y'all this week, and every time I looked away to talk to my kid or whatever, it's like Facebook timed out and got rid of my post. But I did a post where I was talking about following up from our conversation last week on, you know, why I don't believe small business owners should use bookkeepers alone. Simply because if you are in a decision maker position, you need more than your numbers plugged in and given to you. You actually need your numbers prepared. You actually need your numbers accounted for. You actually need financial reporting to be done. And so that's why you work with an accountant. And so I have seen deals happen. I've seen um, people make not great decisions because they just did not have the right financial report. They did not have the right financial report. They may have had some QuickBooks or any other accounting system, bookkeeper kept books in front of them, but that's not what you need. You think Amazon and um, Facebook and all these major corporations are relying on financials from bookkeepers to save them money? No. You need more than that. So that's my why. When the time is always to find and to work with us. The time is always. The time is now. And you can work with me starting at my website. But the best link right now is via my link tree. I have some paid consultations that are open. All right. I want to give you guys my prediction for 2025. 2025 is going to be an interesting ride for us. We have the change of guards happening in government. We have so many things that are just going on, but I think the time is now for us to organize. And I'm even saying that to myself. I sat down at the table with my husband Joey this weekend and literally sat down and organized. And as a mergers and acquisition specialist in accounting, one of the things that businesses do, people with money do, you look at you when you're organizing, take a look at what you have, what assets that you have. What assets do you have that are performing for you, that have been performing for you? Or what assets that you have that are performing for you but not at the level that you thought that they should? It might be time to trim some fat just to make sure that you don't have your capital tied up into long-term assets. Like you might have some assets in a house that you might need to just go ahead and cash out because you can grow your money faster um, on your own or through your business. So think about that. I want you guys to kind of sit down, go through, look at how did you make your money outside of your job? How did you make your money in your business and outside of your business? And let's really take some time to meet with an advisory accountant, and but first get an understanding of what you're looking at, what your data points are, so that when you do meet with the accountant, hopefully it's me, um, We're having a conversation where you are at least know where your data points are. Give me places to go so that I could look at your numbers and say, okay, this is where we're starting. You have to give us a starting point often, because we can look at your financials, we can look at your bank statements, we can look at your credit cards, we can look at all your data points. But what if you don't give us something? I'm very big on talking, having, and not just because I talk a lot, but I'm very big on having conversations with people about their money. Where is the money coming from? How are you spending it? Because that is the best way for me to understand what's going on with your money life, and the best way that I can advise you to make sure that money is multiplying for you. So, guys, that's what I have for y'all tonight. I'm going to do my best to try to show up more and more throughout the week. You guys keep me in your prayers. It is going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing 2025. And I pray that as you guys go to bed tonight, that you have enjoyed the fifth day of 2025. The fifth day of 2025. And I'm really, really not big on um, okay, well, what now we're in this new year. Let's start all these new things, right? I am really big on following your heart and doing things that make God sense for you. And I said God sense, good sense and God sense for you. So as you guys wrap up tonight. Thank you for spending your moments with me. I'm Spicy to Jackson. Tell your friends about me. If you have a friend that needs to work with an advisory accountant, and they're looking for a higher level professional to work with, that's when people will come to me to make sure that they're hitting the target and they're getting it right. Because I'm the accountant who knows that there are two things you should trust: trust God and trust the right numbers, because everything you want in life can be found behind the right number. All right. I love you guys. Stay true. And until tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even check to see if I had any questions. Y'all never asked me questions. So, no, y'all didn't even tell me where y'all looking from. So, if you're watching this on replay, let me know that you watched it on replay. Also, you guys, I'll see you again next week. Check out my website. Check out my link tree. We'll be trying to do some renovations and kind of keep you guys updated throughout the season, okay? All right. Love you. Till tomorrow. Bye. I didn't do none of my little fancy stuff. Let me give y'all some of my little fancy stuff. I'm a professional over here. I got all kinds of stuff to close this out. I didn't even open with all my fancy stuff. Here we go.
The profit you want, the tax bill you want, and the freedom you want will be fueled by you reinvesting your profits back in your business. That's exactly why I founded the Pocket More Profit Bootcamp Challenge. Just for small business owners, contractors, consultants, those of you who just do business on the side, I founded this challenge to help you know the business tax deductions that belong to you. Now, I'm on a mission this year. I want to help 1,000 businesses pocket more profit so that you can take your business to the next level. Join the Pocket More Profit Bootcamp at www.pocketmoreprofitbootcamp.com.